Sorry about that, folks. I got wrapped up with everything. We're going to be starting here in just a few minutes. Just kind of hang tight. Thanks.
Really
I
like
saw it.
Yeah.
I still think it should be a crop top.
I agree completely.
Mongo
Oh,
and a halter
maybe
top.
it was there and I just didn't realize it.
Let me do this. There you go. Plug. Boop.
I need to have a garage
Ooh,
sale.
that's good.
Yeah, it's very detailed if you look at the original.
Yeah,
I personally like
Bad
the
Neighbor does a good job.
well. Also, the original that he put out, he did say like, look, this is just flat coloring. He hadn't done the shading or anything like that either. So, I personally, I liked it a little bit better with the flat gray fur, but not my character.
Well, I specified him at the beginning as black and gray modeled.
You know.
I like his horns. That came out good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we worked on that for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doing with his art style, it's really hard to show like modeling. Instead, it kind of comes out like calico. I need to get like a mechanical chair or something. I don't know. I need to get a better chair or rubber stoppers, something so it doesn't squeak so much.
Is that a current picture of Shaquille O'Neal?
Oh God, I hope not. All right. Anyway, yeah, let's get back into this. So you guys have been resting, kind of hanging out here in the Shadow Court for the last few days. Okay. During the few days, what would you guys want to be doing?
I know Mongo's working with the armorers, and they're converting the hide into a usable armor for somebody else, and they're making one of the dragon's teeth's fangs into a dagger for him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's probably got that whole period allocated.
Did I ever make that?
Rockmon would copy the scroll that he has for Expeditious Retreat into a spell book, and then spend whatever other time he has available working on his copy of his spell book and that other one that I got from wherever that was in the castle. And if he needs to borrow some money from somebody, he might have to do that, because I think he has like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, here in the castle, you'd be able to get the supplies needed to be able to copy it like into your book. So.
Too bad nobody was able to loot 7.
Well, nobody in the party did. Nope.
That's what I'm
Loot 7.
The body.
We just think 7 is off gallivanting around the forest again or something. We don't know. He's
well, he did say he was coming back to the court, and you guys watched him kind of. And then,
and then the court said that he left.
7 has left the building.
So we think he's out someplace. So Rockmon's going to be ready to go look for him.
Nick, what is Bristol doing?
Nick is typing.
It's like 1 sec. Playing.
Ooh, Bristol's flying.
Okay. Ristel would be rambling about the palace wherever he could. Keeping an eye out for Naren. But yeah, just further exploring and seeing what mild mischief he can get into.
Okay. Let's see.
Go explore the armory again.
Yeah, go to like arm wrestling or something.
That would be a short contest and one that he would lose, and he's not going to go screw with Gesketh again until he should kill him.
That's a safe choice to do. Yeah. Not that sheet.
Was Naren over there with what's that guy's name?
Svolka.
Loser.
Not a loser. He's just a hater.
Hey, he lost, didn't he?
You lost.
There we go.
Your mom lost.
Let's
Telling
see.
mommy on you.
Give me So as you're kind of wandering around, you said you're looking for Naren.
Not specifically. I'm keeping an eye out for it just wherever I go, but he's basically just roaming the halls and testing doors to see if they're locked.
Give me an investigation.
Good job.
Nice.
Shit.
Nice. All right. Now I had this written down somewhere. Where did it go? That one? Yeah. So, kind of as you're wandering around, you'll find every now and then you'll find most of the doors are open. There's the occasional locked door. A lot of them seem to be kind of in like the servants' quarters areas, things like that. You will find one that's a little odd. It seems to be locked and guarded. That would be number 19, the Chamber of the Grey Ladies. Is what it's labeled as. But you'd just kind of find that in the first couple days. You'd find that. Actually, I almost imagine, depending on how fast you were going around, you'd probably find it within the first day. Later on, within probably day 3, day 4, you'd start to see like the guard presence around that room kind of lightens up a little bit. The room still continues to be locked. Eventually, I suppose, probably about the morning of day 4, as everybody's kind of waking up. There's not really a sun up, but as everybody's kind of getting up, you guys would end up hearing kind of almost this sound of fighting outside. Fighting or sparring more. You'd hear the clack of like wooden swords and things, or practice weapons.
Outside the walls, or out like inside the walls, but outside where we're at.
From where you're sleeping at, it'd be more like towards the courtyard, past the tree.
Okay.
Like that way.
Yeah, Rissa will go check that out.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and like I said, it's kind of as everybody's waking up.
Rockmon would go see what's going on as well, but he would walk very close to the wall.
So as you guys kind of head out, it's just the party token. Okay. As everybody kind of heads out, you would eventually, like I said, you'd kind of come around the tree, and you would be able to see almost through like the pillars and the supports and such over to, or you'd end up seeing what looks to be Naren and Svolka sparring. Something seems a little. It almost you guys almost have to do one of those double takes. As you're watching, you see Svolka doing his sword work, and kind of jumping around, but around him you see Naren kind of almost running circles around him. Almost one of the things that makes you have to kind of do a double take is Naren's back end seems to be gone. She still has these kind of deer legs towards the front, but she definitely has taken on more of almost a satyrus form, as if the back end has been removed. So she still has the deer legs from the front, but that's it. Still has her antlers, everything else. The fur is noticeably darker, almost black.
Oh, Jesus Lord, Naren's a Satanist now.
Satyrs.
We have to kill her.
Yeah. You kind of add an N there, but yeah. But yeah, you'll see Naren and Svalka kind of sparring. Naren, give me Sarah, give me a D20.
I don't know.
I'm just curious, how well is your training going? Oh, very well. Okay.
How well are you hiding your missing 2 legs?
Yeah. So as you look, you can see Svalka's not holding back. He's going full force in this. Just barely he's just barely kind of keeping up with Naren. She's definitely on par with him, to say the least. All right. But yeah, that's you guys.
Naren?
That can't be Naren.
I mean, it looks like her, but where's the rest of her?
Yeah, exactly. But was she planning to have the queen do something to her? I don't know. I didn't hear anything about that.
She was remarkably short on details. Hey, Naren!
And kind of hollering out, I suppose the Svalka and Naren would both kind of between blows kind of stop for a moment and look over.
Whack! Bristle's just gonna kind of gesture at her as he's approaching, like, the hell?
Are you okay?
She's gonna look at them like they're crazy. What the heck is wrong with them?
Are you asking me?
Rockmon's going to kind of look at Ristel and say, maybe that's not Naren.
My lady, seems your friends have finally taken notice of you. And Svalka kind of motion at Naren. Perhaps introductions are in order. Ah, tough word.
Yes, seems so. Naren's just gonna politely, kind of bow to Svalka and then walk towards Rockman and Ristel.
Out of character.
Mhm.
I've heard of ladies going on extreme body modification diets, but this is ridiculous.
There is no anesthesia. It is not medically sanctioned.
So Rockmon will say to Svalka, "This is Naren."
Don't everyone talk at once.
Well, he just asked Svalka, "Is that Naren?"
Oh, he was asking us, Falca. Oh,
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. Sorry if you didn't hear that part.
She has asked the queen for assistance. Yes. She is still the Naren you knew, but now she is more.
I mean,
Interesting.
far be it from me to comment on the Queen's work, but it seems like Naren is less now. And you're just kind of gesturing where the back end of the deer half would have been.
I assure you, there was some sacrifice, yes, but your friend Naren is not much more at home in the court.
Again, out of character. It's amazing what he could do with a really strong girdle.
So we're just going to look at Naren and just look at her uncomprehendingly.
You'll notice a few changes. Her skin now has a slight grayish blue tint instead of a natural pinkish. And their hair is a little darker.
Does she still have horns?
Yes.
Does she still have a broken horn?
She got
Well, that got
repaired.
repaired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it did. Oh, sorry.
Last time we were here.
Why? What did you... We thought you came here looking for Seven. What did you come to the Queen for?
I did come looking for Seven. He was already gone.
We can't seem to find out where he's gone. I'm a little concerned. I can't imagine him just wandering off on his own. I mean, I guess he did that for some time, but he's been a good companion. I'm a little worried. You don't have any sense of where he might have gone?
All I know is he probably talked to the Queen. She wouldn't say much.
Yes, we spoke with her when we got here, and she said that she had spoken with him, and essentially that he left and she didn't seem to know where he was going to, or he didn't tell her where he was going to, or something like that. I'm thinking we should, yeah. Well, first of all, we're waiting for Brahm to recover. He had some bad luck on the trip coming here, but I'm thinking we should perhaps go look for him and see if we can find him.
Well, where would he look?
Well, I don't know. That's the problem. I'm thinking maybe back in the Margrave. Maybe he would have gone back there. I'm not sure.
I don't think he would. If he was very scared that he would hurt things. I think that would be the last place he'd want to hurt.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, Seven's a fire monster now, wherever he is, so I think he can take care of himself.
He's not a monster.
You saw what he did?
He's not a monster. He is my friend. He was your friend. Well, not your friend. Everyone else's friend.
Be that as it may, I'm more concerned with you right now.
I'm
Are
fine.
you alright?
Yes? I simply wanted to be more in touch with the Shadowrun. With the Queen.
I suppose I can understand that.
And I felt that my hind legs were hindering me greatly.
I thought they were a significant advantage in terms of speed and being able to get around.
Believe me, a centaur warband is the last thing you want to fight on foot.
I'm no longer in the forest, though.
Well, I could certainly see the advantages.
I felt I was slowing the party down, especially when climbing ladders or ropes.
Well, that was a little tricky, but I think we found ways around it. But I didn't think we were slowing us down necessarily.
Well, now you don't have to do that.
Well, it's certainly your choice. So you were just practicing with Svalka? Is that part of like a recovery from the process of changing?
That, and he's a good warrior.
Mhm.
And she's just gonna glare at Ristal. He's a good teacher, too.
If
Oh,
you say so.
That's good.
I was helping Naren adapt, to get used to her new form. That is all.
Well, she certainly seemed to move around well.
She's taken quite readily to her adjustments. Yes.
That's good. How long will it take you to complete your recovery, or I guess I don't know if is it a recovery?
She's been sleeping for several days now.
I actually didn't mean I meant Naren. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, Svalka's kind of chiming in on it. She's been sleeping for several days.
Oh, she's been sleeping for. I'm sorry. I thought you were referring to Brahm. Sorry.
No, Naren's been
He's been
asleep
sleeping.
Naren's been asleep for like about 2.5 days.
Okay.
She's been sleeping for several days. It took quite a toll on her. Her body's recovered. Her mind will adapt to the new adjustments or changes.
I'm assuming the queen didn't just give you a makeover. I'm assuming she also gave you some other power.
Other power?
Well, yes.
I would not want to be greedy.
Oh.
The last thing you want to do would be to test the Queen's patience.
I got that impression, yes.
Not to speak out of turn, my lady, but this did strengthen her bond with the Queen. Yes. As for what effects this might have on her...
Sorry.
What effects this might have on her, I don't know. In your travels, I can't say. But it did definitely strengthen her bond, yes.
I look forward to seeing what kind of surprises she's able to spring on us in a fight.
Although the human civilization will probably not take kindly, so... Since I am more Shadow Fae,
Yeah.
And with that, she'll just turn herself into a rather attractive redhead human female.
As per the disguise self, I think, right?
Yep, I can cast it at will. No spell slots.
Bristol was about to mention how they could all get fucked. And when this transformation happens, he's going to stop before he even really gets anything out. And he's just going to stare for a little bit.
So mechanically, she's changed from Elcid to Shadowfae, and she's readjusted her skill levels. So. Because, like I've said before, I give you guys basically one overhaul of your character, your background, your personality, or not your paper background, but like the backstory, all that stuff doesn't really change. The personality doesn't change, but you can rework the numbers on your sheet. So if you want to like change classes to something else, or change race, or reorganize your class or your multi-classes, things like that. As long as it, I guess, makes story sense, yeah. Like if Mongo wanted to become trained as a fighter instead of a barbarian, we could work that in and swap out levels for fighter. Things like that, just as an example. But I let you guys do that. Essentially, like one giant overhaul like that per character. And Sarah went nuts.
Yeah, so Rissel's just staring at Naren.
So with this disguise, as long as I can't see through it, we should be fine.
Well, that's quite interesting. Svalka, did you happen to see Seven when he was here?
Give me an insight check.
I'm doing something else. Sorry. I haven't opened
okay.
my character sheet yet. Insight. Where is there? Insight. There we go. No, that's not insight. There we go.
15. You can, asking that, you're going to notice right away. He gets uncomfortable very quickly. So it's... I do not know much of what went on. I heard that he did indeed arrive at the castle. Unfortunately, what exactly happened, I'm not fully aware of.
I think you're a little far away from your mic. Discord seems to be dropping some of what you're saying.
I've probably got it. Let me see. Let me check. Burp. I'll just set that to automatic. There we go. So, like I said, he gets noticeably uncomfortable. I know he was here for a brief time. As for where he's gone or what's happened, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, I just thought I'd ask. It just seems like a strange... the whole thing is strange, obviously, with him kind of turning into a big fireball. Who knows what was going on with that whole thing? It's very, very confusing, but just thought I'd ask. Thanks.
Indeed.
So Rockman's going to go back to scribbling in his spell books. get his spell book work done.
So, you said you were copying the one scroll in.
Yeah. So I had that scroll of Expeditious Retreat.
Yeah.
So I want to copy that, so I have that as a spell.
Okay.
Even though it's useful to have the scroll, it's
Yeah.
nice to have reusable. So, and then just however many scroll spells he can copy over the couple of days into the other spell book.
There was actually a thing I saw. If I can find it, there's a roll for
What,
it.
copying spells out of a scroll?
Yeah. Yeah.
It destroys the scroll.
Yes, I know, but there was also a roll for it.
Yeah, I think it's potentially it might not work or something. So
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you copy it and like you.
I think it's
you
an Arcana
fuck-
check.
I think so.
There's
Let
something
me
specific.
double check. Wizard. Oh, that was in the. I think that was in the DMG.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Creating. No. AR. Spell. I'm just trying to remember what the DC was supposed to be. I think it's like 10 plus the level of the spell. That sounds right.
That sounds right.
Yeah, we'll go with that until I can go. I'll look it up later and find it. But give me your spellcasting check is intellect. Give me a intelligence check. Expeditious retreat is level 1 or 2.
I think it's level 1. Here, I'll do the check and then we can figure it out. Doesn't matter.
1.
Unfortunately, you destroy the scroll, but don't get the spell. Yeah.
You were too powerful for this spell.
Yeah,
You look at it, it turns to ashes. No, it's not me.
yeah. My spell book evaporates.
And you inadvertently cast it on yourself in a permanent fashion.
I'm permanently running away.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I'll look it up later to double check it. Where's my notebook? There it is. Wizard. Copying spells from a scroll. Okay. Yeah, so I'm assuming you'll get that in there. Were you gonna check anything else, or like I said, there is a spell library here. Or they not like a spell library, but there's a library and there's spellcasters.
Rockmon would probably just stick to at this point. He probably mostly just stick to copying his spell book. He's like he's not very comfortable with the whole Sarastra court at the moment. So he's
I don't know why.
he's probably gonna err on the side of caution and just stick with what he hopefully knows what he's doing in terms of copying.
Okay. So Mongo has been kind of helping out with the Smiths.
Right.
Ristel was kind of wandering around, not really doing much of anything specifically.
Yeah.
And Brahm is napping.
Did I find a magic marker?
Disappearing, reappearing ink.
About a spell?
No.
I thought there was a spell that made it so you wrote in imaginary ink.
Oh,
Illusory
I think there might be,
script?
Yeah.
Illusory script. Like, it can... I don't know. There's a whole big thing with it, but whatever. Yeah.
Rockmon just wanted to draw a mustache on Brahm while he's out. But
I mean, you'd be able to find, like, a calligraphy pen and ink.
nah, I'm not really going to do that. I was just...
Also, I can just give myself a mustache.
True.
Brahm, give me a constitution check.
Nice.
Nice. So yeah, I imagine about halfway through day 4, Brom would finally slowly start to come to. I say you are going to have one level of exhaustion because you haven't eaten in 4 days. They've been.
Do I know where the kitchen is?
I think it's number
7, I think.
I think so. Yeah, that sounds right. Sure, we'll go with that for now. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 is the kitchen.
Well, that's where I'm going. Where is number 7? This map is
right
enormous.
there next to you guys.
Yeah, it's.
Here.
Oh, there it is.
Yep.
I just go there, and I demand a small animal.
Now we know what happened to the back end of Nara.
I specifically ask for deer shank.
Yeah, I mean, going in there, I imagine, like I said, they've sent attendants and they've been kind of keeping up, trying to maintain or take care of your body while you're unconscious. That's why you're only going to get 1 level.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, coming in the kitchen, there'd be a little bit of a scramble coming in. Because imagine if you got up and basically went straight to the kitchen, right?
Yep.
So
With
you're
big red eyes.
Yeah, you're coming in with no mask, still just basically like the bed clothing, and just I imagine almost growling, food. There'd be a little bit of a panic, and they'd kind of run around, and they'd be able to they'd find something, they'd bring it over, and they'd basically almost set this cage down. And there's this small creature kind of running around inside.
Set the cage down 3 feet away and shove it towards you.
Almost like they're kind of setting it down like just out of arm's reach, kind of on this counter, and almost kind of holding their arms out, like they're trying to keep away from Brom. He doesn't look happy.
So what kind of creature is this exactly?
Let me pull it up so I can find the description for
It's a puppy.
it. No.
Oh, it's on the Toma Beast. You know it's going to be gross.
I have to find it. There it is.
Bunny wabbit.
So they sit down, kind of this for cages is kind of like a medium-sized cage, I guess, about 2 feet by 2 feet, or 2 to 3 feet to a side. But inside it looks to be kind of this little rat is kind of sitting inside, and as they're kind of running over and they slam this thing down, it looks kind of terrified for a second, and eventually, as you're watching it, it kind of looks up at you, and you see kind of like this sense of fear in its eyes, and then while you're watching it, you see almost this kind of lump on one side kind of start to form and grow, and then there's 2 rats, and then that one starts to scurry and sees you and gets terrified, and you see these lumps kind of come out of both of them, and now there's 4 rats. Give me a nature check.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a nature check, but I'm also going to ask them, what is this amazing beast?
Want to keep one in your pocket.
A 7. Okay. I mean, kind of looking at it, this looks to be. I mean, the kitchen staff will kind of tell you it's a doppel rat. They'll explain to you that it's a doppel rat. The reason why they have it in a cage so large for it is when it's scared, it tends to fill the cage. But for Brom, I mean, that doesn't necessarily that doesn't really register anything to you. It's not something you really recognize the name of. So.
I could just picture Brom. That's nice. How do I get this cage open?
Yeah, and kind of as you're asking them, let me do this. Let me figure out how many this is going to be.
How many rats do I scare into existence?
Geometric progression.
Give me a d20. Just a flat d20. So as you're asking them, you're going to look back down. There's about 16 rats in this cage.
Jesus Christ.
Don't wait too much longer. There'll be 32.
I mean, at some point, you got to worry about them fighting back.
Basically, the tribbles of rats, yeah.
Except they're
So-
not consuming food.
Is the door to this cage like on the top or in the front?
It kind of be almost one of those top latches, like a little panel that kind of comes down. It has just a little simple hasp to hold it shut. Not super hard to open.
I will. Describe the kitchen staff to me.
Primarily they're Shadow Fae. The bulk
Yeah,
of them,
fuck it. I'm hungry. I'm just gonna open it and start eating rats.
let's say the bulk of them are Shadow Fae. There's probably like a couple. One of them might be like just a standard human that's here for some reason, but otherwise they're mostly Shadow Fae. They also seem to be. A couple of them are still kind of doing their kitchen prep work, but all of them are kind of keeping that side eye on Brahm. That almost a terrified side eye. Like they're waiting. Is he going to eat the rats or is he going to eat me?
And then I start to eat the rats.
Okay. So yeah, that will, and it's almost one of those. You're eating them almost as fast as you're able to get about 2 rats eaten as one new one's cloned. So that'll be easily enough food for you to satiate your hunger. Give me a Constitution check.
Constitution.
Sorry,
check.
Constitution save. 7. Okay. So it's almost one of those. As you're doing this, is Brahm immune to disease? I don't think he is.
I'm pretty sure I am.
Can you double check?
Maybe.
I know you have immunity to poisons and
Nope.
charms. Yep. So not diseases. So as you're eating these, every now and then you'll get like a little, or like one of them, they'll get kind of anxious, or like one of the rats is actually going to bite you. It's not really going to do any damage, like 1 point of damage, if anything. But you are going to contract what's called Doppling disease.
This sounds amazing. Continue.
Yeah, no, that's it.
All right.
Nothing seems to happen from it right away. So let me find your sheet.
This could be terrible or it could be amazing. So, also, as I'm like just eating these rats, I'm gonna like look up to one of the kitchen staff members who's probably still staring at me and be like, "You guys got any sauce?"
Yes, right away, sir. And one of them will kind of rush off and start kind of trying to throw together just kind of this basic, almost a broth. And they'll be able to kind of rush that over to you. David's mic
Needs to be. Pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
David, your mic's a little close to your mouth again.
I think that was a no.
I said, pardon me. Do you have any Grey Poupon?
Yeah, no, they'll be able to bring over kind of this almost this kind of dark red, kind of brothy, thinner, kind of almost like a red wine sauce.
Perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I'm just gonna, every time I grab a rat, instead of like double fisting rats like I was doing before, I'm just gonna grab one and like pour some sauce on it and then bite it.
Oh, you got to dip the
This
rat.
actually works perfect because I was already picturing it. Like the sauce is kind of like this red wine colored, almost like an au jus. Like if you've ever had like a French dip, it usually comes with like a meat sauce. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
dunk
like
it.
that. Yeah, so now I'm just
Is it
picturing.
made from doppelrats?
Now I'm just picturing Brom pulls it out, drowns the rat in the sauce, bites the head off.
No, he just pulls a rat out, and then another one squeezes one rat so the juices drip onto the other rat, and then eats it.
I'm
Oh,
thinking,
we are horrible people.
holding it by the tail and kind of dipping it in, that would be good.
Yeah, that sounds delicious.
Which part?
Yes.
I was trying to get some sound effects in here because my dog keeps licking my arm, but
Oh.
And now I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Anything else you guys would want to do on the last day you're here?
I think Rissa will just be sticking kind of close to Naren. And he keep looking at her for as long as that human guy's is up. It's just, she'll probably catch him looking at her kind of funny sometimes.
So just give him a wet willy.
oh, now that's a response.
Let me see. So when you put your disguise self up, Naren, do you still have like the elf ears, or is it completely human looking? Or...
It's completely human looking.
There we go. How's that?
What happened?
Discord. Hello? God? What?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
That's actually one of the pictures I was looking at when I was searching for this.
Attractive redhead D&D Google.
Yep.
I wasn't sure how like elven you wanted it to look. So. Beep, 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 beep. Listen,
Yeah, just in response to the wet willy deal, it will just kind of chuckle and mutter under his breath about that being familiar.
Otherwise, yeah, I guess everybody's gonna kind of regroup and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wipe up first.
Did Brom sell his fancy little thing already?
My gem?
No, the bauble
The
from the
orb.
castle.
The orb?
The orb? I
Yeah.
thought he kept it.
Yeah, I still have that.
Yeah,
Okay, well, because I thought you were saying something about possibly selling it, so I wasn't sure if that was.
Yeah.
Because they offered you a fair amount of money for it here, but I don't know if you were looking to sell that or something.
It
Yeah, I think
depends
they
on what our
offered you-
plan is.
What'd they offer you? Like 2,500?
2,500.
Yeah. And the thing is, they might have been lowballing me, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But also, like, I don't know if anyone else is going to be able to, like, pay for that or if they'll have a need for it. And so they seem like pretty good buyers. But we weren't going back to Zobek after this. We were going somewhere else.
I don't know
Is
where you
that-
guys were going. I don't know that was ever discussed yet. You guys said, there's a fucking dragon. We're getting out of here.
Yeah, Ristle and Rockman kind of talked about potential directions, and things kept seeming to circle back to Zobek,
I'd
but
also like to point out
the
that
party hasn't discussed it.
the only one now currently in the party that joined the group from Zobek would have been Rockman. Rockman is
Uh-huh.
now the party, the oldest one in the party, or the longest
elder.
one in the party.
So Rockman would say, well, which he's already said about 7 times. So just say that he's concerned about 7 and wonders if we should try to find out what's happened to him.
I'm not going back to that forest.
I don't know that there's much we can do besides just ask around. He seemed pretty upset after finding out what was inside of him, and if he's decided he wants to deal with that on his own, and he's gone so far out of his way, and nobody will answer questions, then there's really not much that we can do for him except maybe wait.
Well, I suppose I just feel like because he's been with the party for a while, it just doesn't seem right. But I don't know. I mean, he could be, I guess, anywhere. Who knows what direction he might have gone? So it's a tough call. I also worry a little bit about what's happened in the city, which I can't remember the name of, the dwarf city. Since we kind of abandoned them right in the middle of an unfortunate, holy cow, just seeing David's picture, and in unfortunate circumstances with that dragon. But I know, Brahm, you wanted to go to somewhere to try to look at getting a body. I'd still like to get try to do something towards getting a replacement for the beetle. That was a pretty useful addition to the party, I felt. Anybody else have a specific agenda?
No? So it sounds like Rockman wants to check on Everland, the dwarf town, to kind of ask around the castle some to see if anybody else might have known about 7 or what happened, and possibly stopping by Zobek or somewhere to get a replacement for the beetle, maybe check into something for Brahm. So it sounds like 3 options right there. But
I thought Everlyn was attacked by a large void dragon.
it was.
Okay, so it's probably fine.
Was it officially a large void dragon? Is that what we
A
decided?
big ass dragon.
It was what's up from large? Huge? No. Small, medium, large. Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
We recognize the breath attack as a void dragon.
Recognize the void dragon as a void dragon.
Evelyn's not our problem.
Fair enough.
As much as I don't care for the place, at least two of you have business needs doing in Zobek. So,
Zobek has good food.
debatable.
We could even check on your old boss in Zobek, Mongo.
Sounds like the group's looking at Zobek.
Sounds like.
All right.
Bamf.
Well, let's take a quick break. Let's see. 18 after, be back at 30.
Sounds good. I think the puppy's getting into something anyhow, so I need to go check on him.
I'll give you a chance to do that. So, we will be right back. And turn that on. Okay, and we're back. So everybody is wanting to head towards Zobek,
So-
it sounds like, right?
Yep.
Or at least agreeing to do so.
Okay.
They're
Question.
wanting is the case or not.
Who knows if we get there?
How are you guys getting there?
Ask them nicely.
But asking who?
Svalka.
Asking Svalka?
Yep.
Okay. Well, let me do this because Sarastra is not in the courtyard anymore. We'll do that. Okay. So, okay. Well, like I said, the is it the Great Northern Road or Long Northern Road? I forget whatever it is. The road through the Margrave kind of runs parallel with one of the shadow roads, so that's why there's always so much traffic up and down it. It's really easy to find portals to it. Let me see something here. Gotta check something. Naren with, I would say Naren with her growing up here would have the Traveler in Darkness, that racial shadow fate trait. I think you already have it on there, don't you? Should. Let's look. Yeah, Traveler in
Path of
Darkness.
Shadows. Oh,
Traveler in Darkness.
no, that one.
So you're able to better discern where the roads are, how they function, things like that. But like, if you wanted to go on foot back there, not typically recommended, but you could. They do have some gate. They do have like a couple of. I wouldn't say gatekeepers, gate makers, I guess, portal makers. They can get you near Zobek. You could hazard asking Sarastra. Actually, let me see. Is Sarastra even here? Let's say, 13 or higher. She's on the grounds somewhere. Nope, she's not here.
Nope.
So you can walk, or you can ask one of the gate makers to get you close.
Rockmon's fine with walking, but somebody else wants to ask, that's fine.
So the options. Walking gives you a better option. Or walking gives you a more accurate destination, but you have to walk through the Shadow Realm, along one of the Shadow Roads. Potentially more dangerous.
I.e., double-digit CRs.
Well, walking along the Shadow Road is you're more likely to get attacked by something because it is the Shadow Realm. Whereas having one of the gatekeeper, one of the gate makers, portal makers, is going to be less accurate of a destination. You're up to essentially their skills on how good they are at making a portal. It could potentially land you directly inside Zobek. It could land you inside of a building's wall. Or it's free. Or 50 miles away.
Or a monster's belly.
That would be a very unhappy monster. for that. Let me see. Because effectively what they're doing is casting. Let's see if I can find it. Basically, they're going to be casting teleport. And depending on who you get, we have different levels of familiarity. Sarastra is old and, well, as wise as she is. Don't tell her she's old. It has a high level of familiarity with places. She can get you pretty close.
Do we want to chance it with the teleport, or do we want to chance it with our lives in the roads? Is basically the question.
It's which risk do we want to take?
Mm-hmm.
If it'll get us in and out of Zobek faster, I'm all for teleportation.
Well, we don't know if it'll get us there faster.
The risk is that we end up so far away that it doesn't make any difference, or takes longer.
Everything I heard about the Shadow Realm, I'll take that chance.
For creatures in the Shadow Realm, keep in mind, Mongo's armor was carved from one creature.
Or
So-
part of one.
So if we kill one, we can get more armor?
Oh, that reminds me too. That's right. You just basically gave the Void Dragon stuff to the Shadow Court, right?
Right.
Okay. You
And
weren't
they
expecting
gave
anything
me
else.
back the dagger
Yes.
and the necklace.
Oh wait, before we leave, I want to go to the Smith people
Mhm.
over there in number 6
Mhm.
and ask if they would like to buy my orb.
Oh yeah, the orb diamond thing. That's right. Yeah. I mean, bringing it over, they'll give you the same offer as before. Yeah, 2,500.
Can I take that in platinum?
That's still a heavy purse.
Yeah. Heavy purse, but manageable.
Yeah, they
Rockmon would carry some of it in the bag. I assume he still has that thing.
I have that thing.
Oh, you have it? Okay.
Yeah. Alright, I give them the orb.
All right.
I look really sad as I give it away. Like I'm giving away a child.
Uh-huh. And they will happily take it off of your hands. Let me do this. Let me find this.
I have so much money.
They'll hand that over to you, and as so the females, the female Shadow Fae, the girl's gonna kind of take it over, and she's gonna go over to this workbench while the guy's kind of counting out this 2,500 for you. And as you look over,
She smashes it with a hammer.
give me a perception check. Bro. 8. Okay. So yeah, you see she kind of grabs a couple of tools, but her back's the orb's kind of in front of her, and her back is to you. So it's a little tough to really make out what exactly she's doing. But she kind of reaches over and grabs a couple of tools every so often. You can hear her kind of working this orb, and you just see kind of like shards of the stuff kind of coming off, and then she reaches over and kind of grabs the sack and drops something in the sack and turns to walk over and basically lock it up into like this version or their version of like this giant safe. As she does, you're gonna see this bag, and remember I said that orb was probably about the size of like somebody's head.
Uh-huh.
Inside of this bag, it looks like she's shaved off, and like I said, it's tough to really make out what it is because it's inside of a bag and you can't see it. But she shaved it off from like the size of somebody's head to probably about half of that, a little under
Wow.
half of that, but it's still like easily bigger than both your fists together.
Solid diamond.
Don't know. But yeah, okay.
All right.
He counts out the 2,500, and yeah, you can put that in plat. Like I said, unless you're going crazy with like 10,000 gold or something nuts, then yeah, I'm really not too worried about gold weight.
I mean, that's only a few pounds of platinum.
Yeah. Well, I think I set the weights to like half what they were normally. Like normally it's like 0.02. I set it like 0.01.
That's a tenth of the DMG value.
Is it 0.1 in the 0.2 in the DMG? I thought it was
0.1, I
0.02.
think.
I thought it was 01. Anyway. Yeah. So yeah, they'll give you that and you're walking off.
Yeah. I take my money and I leave.
Okay. So the group is doing what? Are you teleporting or walking?
Rockmon voted for walking.
Russell said teleport.
Brom also wants to try to teleport.
1 and 2. David?
Mongo doesn't make any difference to him.
Sarah?
Let's do the teleport.
Okay. So it sounds like we want to teleport. It sounds like the votes are for teleport. Except for Rockmon. He's not happy about that. That should- Poor
Oh, he's not that. He's not going to be unhappy about it, but he just
Okay.
And we all die.
That was gonna happen anyway.
All right. Boop, 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 boop. So the gentleman that kind of comes out looks like a little bit of this. Excuse me. This kind of a little bit of an older Shadow Fae gentleman comes out. Rather, he's kind of like manning the library. And you've asked for him. Let me find it. Boop. A gentleman by the name of Camus or Camus. We'll go with Camus. He'll kind of come out. And he's a little bit older. He's made a few trips to Zobek.
I could smell liquor on his breath.
No, not a drunkard. Just older. He does. He's very familiar with Zobek, so that's a good thing. And he'll kind of direct everybody to. You and up to 8 willing creatures. Okay, good. I saw a 10-foot cube. I was like, uh-oh. Well, who wants to give me a D100?
Me.
All right.
Rockmon's not going to take the blame.
91. Nice.
Ooh.
How dare you?
Well, like I said, we went. Thankfully, Camus is very familiar. So, 91 is going to basically land you right outside the gate. Or actually, rather, let's see. Let me see.
In the ditch alongside the gate.
In the moat.
Turns out you actually just land under Zobek.
Under it.
How close would a 20 have gotten us?
Do you want to know?
No.
I don't think we have that section of map on the big map.
Hey, Rissel's back in the Ruthenian Plains. Awesome.
How well does everybody swim?
So a 20 would have put you off target.
Just a bit.
Yeah. Like I say, he's basically using the teleport spell. So that's, let's see, off target is distance off target is 1d10 times 10% of the distance that was traveled. That makes it really interesting since we're going effectively like a
Interplanar.
Yeah. It's
We end up in a demi-plane.
yeah, and I've said before, like the Shadow Realm isn't necessarily like a true plane. It's weird. So I would have to figure out a number for that. Or
You find yourself
where it's
outside
at.
Waterdeep.
Yeah. What the hell? But
We land in the Curse of Strahd demi-plane.
what is planar choose? Plane shift, planar binding, planar ally. Plane shift, I think.
Plain old telephone service.
So we're in... The party icon is in the college district.
Yep, because I've had this map archived for several months now. I was trying to think if there is actually a proper, what's the word? Embassy for Shadowfey. I don't think there is.
There was that bar. We saw Shadow Fae was the bartender.
Yeah, but that's just an individual that was a bartender. It doesn't make that the whole thing.
I thought I remembered reading something about a Shadow Fae embassy in Zobek, but I could
put you
very
over here
well
for
be
now.
wrong.
Okay. There we go.
Southgate on the west side.
It's the West Gate. It's labeled on the map because fuck that. Ignore whatever the labels are. It's on the correct side.
That map is too confusing with those labels.
Yeah, that's why I just said no, we're not dealing with that. But yeah, you guys have landed.
Yeah, it's the SOUTH spelled west.
Yes.
That should work fine for Mongo.
Bristol's face crinkles in disgust as he gazes upon the walls of Zobek.
But yeah, you guys are outside Zobek.
There, make sure she looks like a human.
Yeah, I
So-
imagine that basically, like, as you guys went into the teleport, she made sure to basically refresh that.
So good buddy Brahm.
I hope you got your mask on.
Could you potentially loan me a little bit of money to get a? I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for the money to buy an animated construct today.
Well, we'll see what we can work out.
All right, sounds good.
Turns out Brahm's actually a loan shark. He's like, yeah, I'll give you 10 gold. You're gonna have a 27% interest, compounded daily.
I don't think Wimpy pays attention to those things.
Yeah. I was just gonna look something and I forgot what it was. What was it? Oh yeah.
Brahm's got this investment opportunity. Have you ever heard of Bitcoin?
I am pissed off that I didn't get on that because I remember looking at it way back when. I was like,
Oh yeah, I actually 4 months ago, I bought in $100 when it was at 2,500.
Mm-hmm. Don't you just hate that? Ah, damn it.
Oh well. I saw that it was forking,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided that would be bad for it. Big mistake. So I got out. I got almost as much as I got it put in.
Yeah.
I think I got $87.50 out of it. So I lost $13 for an educational opportunity.
Yeah.
One of the podcasters that I listen to has, right when Bitcoin first came out, he was talking about it, and he set up a mining thing, and he got 50 Bitcoin, which he still
Woof.
has.
Mm-hmm.
Woof. It's over 11,000 now.
Yeah.
It could be 800 in a couple of days. You never know. That's like a crazy volatile
Oh yeah.
thing.
But yeah.
So the Rockbound wants to do two or three things in Zolbeck, but part of it depends on how far he got in terms of copying spells into his backup spell book.
Over 4 days, I think it's like 1 hour per spell level or something like that. I'd say that you'd be able to finish up whatever you had left. Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, he's going to consider going to the college district and finding Nicholas Flamel, whatever his name is, Flu, and seeing if he can set up some sort of an arrangement to have them keep his backup spell book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they would have something like that. Basically, it's almost like the mage's equivalent of a security deposit box.
How much does it cost?
You'd have to go ask him.
Okay.
He might take
Mostly
it in
because I don't
trade.
know. I just made it up.
He might take storing it in trade for copying a couple of them.
Well, Rockmont
No, I would
has a
say
ring.
it would really depend on the size of the book. Obviously, like the bigger books, if you get like the Archmages, their security deposit boxes are like small rooms, medium-sized rooms. Lower level spellcasters, like for you to have one book in there, basically you're looking probably. I'd say probably 10 to 20 gold a month.
Woof.
That's way out of Rockmon's price range. That's like a lifetime earnings for Rockmon.
For some reason, I'm thinking like Encyclopedia Britannica. I'd say like 5 to 10 gold per month.
Okay.
In-game month, not in real life month, because you guys have been in-game for like 6 weeks.
Rockmont has a ring he might consider selling to raise some funds. So. All right. Well, so then the other thing Rockmont wants to do is just check on the animated construct. So however we want to, if we want to split the party and run around and do stuff and get out of here as quickly as possible, or however we want to do it. Rom wants to get a Gearforged body, so we need to figure out how to do that without getting into another fight and get arrested. Actually, this group, if Rockmon just stayed out of the mix, would be much less likely to get arrested.
You're putting a lot of hope on there.
Yeah, I feel like
Naren's like anytime you're anywhere in the city, she's like high risk for being arrested. But so where's everybody want to go?
I have a few things I need to sell.
Yeah, Rissa's got a few things we need to do.
Sell/obtain.
No, I think she legitimately has some things she needs to sell. Sarah looked at her sheet the other day like, oh my god, I have so much stuff. I think a few of you do, actually.
Exchange.
Is Bristol going to go visit his favorite house of ill repute?
So
In the
where,
crowd
Probably
square.
not.
where does everyone want to go?
The gear district, but that's right next to the merchant district. If we wanted to, like team up, go to one than the other.
As far as Mongo is concerned, all the districts have some places good to eat.
Nope, Nate doesn't have a sheet in there yet.
Bristol would probably start frequenting shops in the market district to sell off that Afildinen.
Mhm.
And he's got a few cheap little gems we can pawn off for a little bit of gold. Then he would probably hit the dock district to try and find a mark for that bottle of Voidling Ash.
Okay.
You should see if that's valuable to the college district people. They might be able to sell it for legitimate worth.
Nah, he's gonna get 150 gold off some schmuck telling him it's the new hotness.
And then you'd be disappointed when you find out that it's worth 1,000 in the college district.
He's not gonna go around looking around asking how much it actually is.
Yeah, he'll never find out, so he'll never be disappointed.
Yep.
How many pounds of flowers did you get?
I got 6 flowers.
6 flowers. Okay.
Yeah.
Flowers of what?
A field linen.
The heck is a field linen?
The knockout daisies.
Oh,
from
the
Yeah,
from
the
market.
hallucination flowers. Yeah.
gotcha.
Poppies.
Yeah, because you were just doing some quick grabs, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's too bad. Okay. So it sounds like mainly shopping, and you guys are more or less sticking together.
Yeah.
Bristol would be running off solo, at least for the dock excursion.
Mongo will stick with Naren.
Okay. So Ristol's kind of splitting off.
Should we tell Ristel where we'll be? Like what inn we're gonna go to? So he can find us?
I'll just look for smoke on the horizon.
I'll also point out, I mean, you guys have only been gone from Zobek from the last time you were here for only like a few days. I have to pull up calendar and check, but because it is currently. Let me check. Let me find it. Oh. So yeah, it is currently the 28th of low summer. Last time you guys were in town was a little over a week ago. Yeah, last time you were here was about the 19th.
We don't see signs of an invasion or anything, do we?
Not from the gate, no.
What time of the day is it?
Time for me to stretch. It's what time it is. Oh, oof. Towards evening.
Well, we could go find an inn real quick and then go, if it's not too late, to go do some stuff, or if we have to do it in the morning, we could do it in the morning.
Oh, sorry, I brought up how long you guys have been gone because you still have a house here.
That's true. We do have a Tac-Tac's place we could go hang out.
All right, let's meet up there after we do our stuff. Then I guess.
That sounds good.
There does come a point where in continuing to sleep in that house becomes ghoulish.
Well, I mean, I don't think that bothers me much.
I mean, what are you trying to say? Not good enough to sleep in your house? It's either that or, hey, that's their word.
It's a cheap place to stay.
Yeah, and eventually it will be for other kobolds.
That's just food for Brahm.
That's murder.
Not if they're already dead.
Oh, God.
Dealing appropriately with intruders.
Yeah, I suppose. Jeez, man.
Are they intruders that they spend more time there than we do?
Yes. It's not
Yeah.
theirs.
It's not ours.
Oh,
It's very much
you
yours.
don't know that?
Didn't we like make a deal so that we could keep it with the dwarf guy?
Not Othavir.
He doesn't hold any authority in kobold land.
They said, yeah, for the time being, you guys are allowed to stay there. Only fire drink.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that.
That's all right. But yeah, so meet up at the house once you guys are all done, right?
Yep.
All right.
Sounds good.
So Ristel is zipping off to do his stuff.
For sure.
Mongo and Naren are sticking together. Is Brahm and Rockmon sticking with Mongo and Naren, or are they pairing up and splitting off too? Or are they just splitting off and saying fuck everyone?
I'm going with Mongo and Aaron.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go with them and see if I can figure out a way to mooch some cash.
Poor Rockmon.
Literally.
On multiple levels, yeah. All right. So, really, only Ristel's taken off then. Okay. Let's deal with. Let's do the big group first, I guess. Make that a little easier. You guys are heading into the market district.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, that's the merchant district. There we go, market district. Yeah, like I said, you got the standard shops. There's your specialty shops, your shoe shop, things like that. But what were you guys looking for?
Food shop.
There'd be food vendors and things like that along the way. You'd be able to get some food for you.
I need to sell this shitty staff.
What kind of stuff do you need to sell? That might determine what kind of shop we want to go to. Unless we want to just visit our good buddy Arthur.
Okay, that's an option.
Well, he wouldn't know me in my current form.
You still have the same torso, face, and head.
I don't care.
Well, she could be a
Oh no,
very attractive,
you don't.
very
'cause
attractive
you're
redhead.
Yeah,
No,
you're in
I
your redhead
didn't-
form. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I could also look different, so we just have to, like, do something with Rockmon and Mongo.
Tell them to wait outside.
Run across the street and talk to the police. He's good at that.
Mongo is new to the group too.
Oh yeah, he wasn't there.
No, it was Torg.
I think we should go to Othavir.
Oh man. In that case, Rockmon's going to just go ahead and go ahead towards the college district. He's going to avoid the Othavir.
How much money do you need?
Maybe I don't know.
4 gold. 4 gold for the first month.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be 4 gold for each month. So.
All right. So maybe eight gold, just so I can pay ahead of time.
All right, I'll give you 10 gold.
Ooh. All right. I'm rich.
Man, stingy bastard. Jesus.
I'll pay you back on Tuesday.
But Rockmon's gonna split off then too?
Yeah, he's not going to go see Othavir.
Okay. College, Ristle's heading to the docks.
Torture Othavir, Part 2.
Oh, that's the Istad. That's the wrong one. Archive. Okay, there we go.
So what is Brown gonna look like?
I guess what I normally do when I do this, it's just what Brom looked like when he was alive.
Just
Ah.
takes his human form.
Because
Haven't been on this
nobody
map
really
in a
knows
long time.
that, so...
David,
Yes.
your mic is a little close to your mouth. We're listening to you breathe.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Like a true Minotaur. Just hear him breathing.
Okay. There we go. So you guys are heading into Othavir's place, right?
Yep.
And I don't want to leave Nick out of here so he can still see what's going on. Okay.
How's the place looking?
So coming in, it actually walking in, a lot of he seems like he's low on stock on a lot of stuff. I have to reload this page because I hate when I get pop-ups that are stuck on it. But yeah, kind of coming in, he seems like he's like really low on stock lately.
Why is there two of me?
Probably because
Yeah, Ristel and Naren is over in a room with some bodies on a table.
Rockmon's in prison?
And then
Sounds about right.
Nairn is with the Brahm and Mongo.
We just got some levels.
I've split into two now.
That's
I was
where
on
the
this map
backhand
earlier
is.
as well, but I deleted myself, so...
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just the old token. 'Cause like I said, I've had this map archived for
I know, I was just
weeks.
harassing.
But where are we supposed to be? Somebody shift ping, please.
Bottom
No,
right.
we're down in Othavir's shop.
I'm waiting for the map to finish reloading.
I don't think we have the power to shift thing.
No, that's a DM thing. You're in the bottom right. Stop moving. Stay there.
Are you okay?
My map's giving me problems.
Okay, I got it located.
Ooh, I found myself.
Congratulations.
Wash your hands afterwards.
I hope you wiped up.
Well, he has prestidigitation.
I think that's all of them. Nope, it's not. I think that's all of them. just completely freeze. Oh, there you go. I've got too much going on this map. All right. All right. So yeah, like I said, kind of coming in, his shop actually seems to be largely not like completely empty, but he's definitely running kind of skeleton supplies. He's low on a lot of stuff. I imagine you guys kind of come in, the little bell on the door kind of goes. Hello? What? Oh, customers. You'll have to excuse me. The supplies are a little low lately. How can I help you?
I look at Naren.
One second.
Mongo looks at Aaron too.
Bristol leans in through the window and looks at Naren.
1 second.
Rockwad calls from the other side of the city. Hey there, it's your turn.
Tac appears from under the table and looks at Naren.
I figure he's probably hanging.
The ghost of Tac Tac.
Tac Tac's body is mounted to a wall somewhere.
We didn't see any posters up about Tac Tac when we came through town, did we?
All right, sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem. Wanted posters.
No, the ones that I wanted to put up.
You put up posters of Tac Tac?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the don't forget or remember the Tac Tac.
That's where all my money went. That's why I'm broke.
So yeah, like I said, you kind of came in off of your. He seems rather happy that he has customers, and apologizes for having kind of a low stock right now.
I have a few things I need to sell.
He'll kind of look at you for a second. Yeah. Let me see.
I'll pull out the dwarf, the rings and the staff.
I'll kind of look these over. These? Where'd you get these?
The little shithead dwarf attacked us.
You lived? Yeah.
The
Well,
dwarf
yeah,
did not live.
clearly you lived, yes. But... excuse me. These... I've never... Wow, okay. These look to be like materials from a ring mage. The fact that you said one attacked you, where were you?
We were traveling the roads.
Alright, yeah, okay.
And he was friends with the Void Dragon, but we took care of him too. He flips his necklace around a little bit.
Okay. Well,
Above my pay grade. Above my pay grade.
these these don't seem overly magical at all, but not by themselves. I'll give you 25 gold for the whole batch. Staff and rings.
25. Gonna go a little higher.
Look, it's hard enough for me to get supplies as it is. I'm kind of running bare bones here.
Well, I want to get rid of them, so I will take your 25 gold.
Alright, yeah. Just a second. He'll kind of go back towards his counter. Right. Alexander, get 25 out for me, please. And Alexander will come out and kind of set the small pouch of gold down and kind of look over. I just kind of give almost that, and just kind of give a nod and go back to whatever he was doing in back. Yeah, here you go. And he'll hand over 25 gold and take your rings and staff.
I also have this particularly green gem that we got from a voidling. Does it have any use?
I mean, that's kind of a rarity.
As he puts the leather gloves on and gets the tong.
Hey, you'd have to go check with like the college or an alchemist or something like that. I'm not super familiar on ingredients, but I mean, there's a market for it. Yeah.
Alright. Do you have anything in stock that you would sell?
Well, I mean, what are you looking for?
Nothing in particular. Just looking.
Well, I mean, like I said, the council kind of intercepted the bulk of the supplies that have been coming in lately, but you're welcome to look around.
I'll look towards Brahm and Mungo. Do you see anything?
I look around the shop. Does he have, what does he have?
Really, he just kind of has like the basic staples. Like you said, he's running super bare bones. Like you'll find some basic food supplies, kind of a couple of cheap daggers, almost more kitchen utensils than worthy of combat. Yeah, just the extreme basics. Like you could probably restock your food supplies here and wipe it out completely. Wipe out his supplies, not him.
I'd be okay with wiping him out.
Okay.
Just
I'm
kidding.
not stopping you.
We do have the power. We could always just take this opportunity.
Yeah. That's an option.
Does he have, like, healing potions at all?
If you were to ask him, if you were to ask him, he'd be able to. He's only got 1 or 2 left. He's just got like 2 common healing potions left.
I'll take one of them. $50 gold, right?
I believe so. Let me look. Yeah, for common, yeah.
Alright, I take out my very heavy coin purse. I give him 5 platinum coins. And I take my potion.
Okay. Yeah, it's common healing potion. So you said you wanted 1 of them?
Yeah.
Alright. Go ahead and knock that off of there. I'm looking for something. I can't find it. Where'd it go?
Mongo wants to know how much for the food.
Yeah, I mean, kind of looking around, it looks like he's got like, all the food he has left. It looks to be about 50 gold worth. Yeah, he's got about 50 gold worth of food.
He is not getting much business, is he?
Like I
Normally,
said,
food is cheap.
There's a war on.
Is it?
he said the city council's been intercepting a lot of his supplies.
Why would they do that?
They're gearing up for something.
Hmm.
They haven't been telling us much of anything lately. Where did I find it? But yeah, that gem, I check an apothecary, maybe the college.
And thank you for the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
That pot. That pot that we put stuff under when we attacked him last time, does that look disturbed at all?
Well, I mean, you've been gone. You haven't been back in like a week and a half, so.
Right.
Give me a perception check, I suppose. Well, you're looking specifically at that one pot. Give me like an investigation. 12. A little tough to say. I mean, he keeps the shop fairly clean, but as far as like, can you tell absolutely he's taking it out and taking the money out? Can't really tell. It's been so long. It's hard to say.
Well, unless my companions here have anything else, I think we are done.
Yeah. Have a good day. Come back soon. So everybody, the 3 of you are heading out. Let's jump over to Ristal.
All right.
You said you were heading to the docks, right?
I think along the way I'd be looking for a place where I could sell that field linen. I know it has alchemical properties.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there'd be a place like that in the market district or if that would be specific to the college district.
fun thing. There's actually not necessarily a full shop, like a full proper physical storefront shop, but there is this little cart that is usually right around Crown Square. It's run by this little kobold by the name of Kariv.
Carif?
Kariv.
Oh.
Wait a minute.
He often goes by the name Black Eye.
Black Eye?
Black Eye. Yep. But he runs this little apothecary. It's this kind of rickety cart. But yeah, like if you're coming through Crown Square, he'd kind of call out to you, "Welcome, welcome, stranger. Need some help getting around these busy streets?"
A kobold in Crown Square?
Oh, yeah.
They're not lepers.
They're not lepers. They're just poor. I'm your guide. Black Eye. Hop aboard.
I mean, how does he identify himself? Like, I guess, which of these names would be known to Ristel? Because, I mean, that's just straight up Kariv right there.
Yeah.
I mean, is this, how's his cart done up? Like, is he dressed like a Kariv?
No.
Okay.
It's more unfortunate. So it's the Kariv's Apothecary is the name of his cart, and he goes by the name Black Eye. Black Eye's kind of like, oh yeah, my friends call me Black Eye. There might be a reason for that.
So Bristol would walk up and kind of glance around the cart. So you minding the store for the owner, or he was assistant?
No, what? No, this is my cart.
You're not Kariv.
Look, my friends call me Black Eye. I run an apothecary. I also tend to be something of a tour guide for Zobak.
Uh-huh. And Bristol will kind of fish around in his pouch, and he'll pull out these flowers. I understand these have alchemical value. What would you give me for them?
Kind of looking them over. You just got the 6, or just these?
Yes. I had to cross through the area quickly.
Well, if you had more, it'd be better, but I'll give you 5 gold for the 6 of them.
Considering that I risked my life just even snagging these, I think it'd easily be 5 times that.
Well, if you were buying it, yeah. I've got Oxtopede. And I'll kind of motion to the front of the cart.
Bristol's gonna lean in a little bit. It's a little bit of looming, because he can. He's gonna lean in a little bit. And you're buying them for 25.
Give me an intimidation.
All right.
Fine. 20 is my final offer.
Clearly, you've never been outside the city and put your life on the line for the acquisition of anything. But that's the best you can do. I'll settle for 20.
Then he'll
And
kind
he'll
of pull up the 20. Here you go.
And really, Bristol's going to gesture to the sign. This is just false advertising.
Which part?
There's no Kariv here.
Always a critic. And he'll kind of climb back up into his cart and kind of lead the oxen out of the way.
I don't even know if this is worth role playing along the way, but like there's
Mhm.
3 10 gold piece gems that I have in my inventory. Bristol would like to pawn those off.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even care about haggling for that.
Yeah, you'd be able to get basically face value for them.
Okay. And then he would be on his way to the dock to hunt out a mark. Just somebody that looks like he might be in the market for high-end narcotics.
What did you get that was drugs?
He's
The-
trying to sell
The
ash.
voidling ash.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he just took a handful
Oh,
of
I
it.
forgot about that. It's like, like my character in my monthly game just got a massive payout on some drugs, but that's different. I was like, this isn't that game.
Yeah, but he'd just be... Ideally, he'd be looking for somebody that's kind of slumming it.
Mhm.
Somebody that does not belong in this area, but heard that this is where you pick up the good shit.
Well, let's jump back to the other three real quick
Fair enough.
while you kind of do that. Mongo, Naren, and Bra. So you left Othavir's and you're heading out to what?
The Gear District?
Okay.
Man, Altavia is surely getting shit on right now.
Is that Naren saying that or Sarah?
That wasn't very narrative, but you know, it'll be what it is.
So heading to the Gear District, right? Okay. What you looking for?
Someplace that can lend aid in the construction of my future body. I'm looking for top of the line, best person in town.
Single person or like guild or what?
Well, if there are any like genius type people in town, people like really well known for their far superior work, then that person. But otherwise, probably a guild.
For a single person, you'd probably be looking for Tyrene Silverthorn. Locally called the Clockwork Queen.
Say no more.
Bespoke body.
Despite her title, she's actually a dragonkin.
Didn't we get a recommendation on somebody to see about that stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that for like your Clockwork Beetle or something?
No,
Nope. I
Oh,
Rockmon
that
specifically.
was 7.
you got
Rockmon's
Yeah, that was
a
to help with the memory
recommendation
gears.
for repairing Seven's memory gears. Yes, that the Shadow Fae had basically like a contact in Zobek. Like, here, go see this person. And that was, I think we put it in the notes, didn't we?
I believe so.
I have it someplace, but I don't know where. My notes are in a mess at the moment. Well, my desk is in a mess.
Belmar Tain. Yep. So yeah, word on the street is Tyrene Silverthorn is going to be like the single greatest person. If you want to have something built and have one person work on it, she's the one to go to.
Sounds
I wonder
promising.
how long her waiting list is.
Mm-hmm.
She'll figure that out.
But is that where you guys are heading?
Yeah.
Right. I actually have a screen. What the
That's an
Oh.
interesting sound effects.
What
Yeah.
Yeah.
the hell was that?
I think there's
Get the
a
fuck
demon
out of
in
that
your
district. The
house.
gangs are getting meaner.
I'm pretty sure that was a demon.
Doesn't look like a map.
Hey, it's my home. Darkness.
I didn't have a pre-made map for this one. Shut up. I also had this one for a long time.
What do the symbols mean?
I know what they mean. That's all you need to worry about.
Currently, the party's being burned to a crisp.
Are
don't
those
know where
Modrons?
I don't know where Mongo went.
I don't know, Rockland switched places with Mongo.
Like I said, I've had this map up here for a long time. There we go. So there's Mongo. But, so, kind of coming in fact, you guys don't even see this map yet, because that's the wrong level. It would be... probably more, let's see. You're probably not coming more into the storefront of it. It should be... yeah, there. There we go.
There it is.
The map keeps changing.
That's because I keep moving it. So, Tareen Silverthorn, like I said, kind of coming in, you'd see she's kind of working away towards the back. She's this stone dragonkin, a little over 6 feet, about 6'1", kind of golden scales, rust-colored frills. What do you want? Kind of busy here.
Well, I have more business for you.
All right.
What are you selling?
What do you got?
I walk over to. Is this desk in the middle like full of stuff?
Usually, yeah, we can put something down on there. Pretend it's like paperwork stacked up or something.
Alright, I'll just walk over to where she is, and I will put down my sack of metal, whatever that metal is called.
It was Gearforged. It was just, in general, Gearforged parts. Shadow-infused Gearforged parts.
That's what it was.
Yep.
So I'll put that down. Say, I would like something built, and I hear that you are one of the best.
She'll kind of sit there. And you've got this sack, and you set this bag down, and it's... I imagine it's almost one of those, because it reduces everything down to a quarter of the size, or a quarter of the weight, and does all that crazy stuff, all that magic stuff. I imagine this is almost like, you see in the cartoons and stuff, where they have that kind of, almost like a potato sack they sit down. I imagine that's basically what it is, like a 40-pound potato sack, just... She kind of opens it up a little bit, and reaches in, like almost like reaches in down to her shoulder, and kind of pulls out like a handful of parts. The fuck is this?
It's infused shadow steel.
Uh-huh.
It's material for you to work on, make a body out of, you know?
How much is in here?
More than enough.
It's like 311 pounds worth or something like that. It's crazy. Where'd you get this? You know what? Don't tell me.
It's nothing nefarious. It was a gift from a queen.
Uh-huh. I don't want to know any more. Look. As you can tell, I'm rather busy. Normally, this would take me... She'll kind of look down in there. With the help of my staff, 2 weeks. Right now, I've got a waiting list that pushes that out 6 weeks until I can even get to it. But I suppose, and she'll kind of look you up and down, and those two with you?
Yeah.
And she'll kind of stroll over towards Mongo. Mongo's what?
7'5" or 7'6".
She wants a romp with Longo, doesn't she?
So Mongo looks down at her.
And she basically looks up at Mongo, or almost like looks him up and down. and kind of walks around him, almost doing that, like, looking at a new car kind of thing. Kicks him in the hoof, pats his
She
arm.
totally has a fetish for minotaurs.
You do. Tell you what. You just help me out.
Favor
You
for a
guys
favor.
might move up in the waiting list a bit.
What kind of help do you need?
A woman outside the city has been hassling me. Claims I stole her husband. Deal with that. It's been interrupting my workflow.
How exactly are we to deal with that?
I don't care. Just make sure
I
she
just-
stops bothering me and my workers.
Naren kind of flashes like a maniacal grin at Brahm.
Rob is scared and confused. We'll see what we can do. Do you require payment up front, or
You hold on to your parts. Come back and we'll talk payment.
alright. Do we need to bring the soul gem and the memory gears as well? Or will you provide those?
Well, if you have them, it makes it cheaper. If not, I can provide them if needed.
Alright. We'll be seeing each other soon. Good day.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know where this lady is?
I don't know. You guys kind of came in and said, "Hey, go deal with this bitch," and it's okay. Well, we'll be right back.
That's true.
Go find some woman outside the city, terrify her, and then come back.
Mongo walks outside the door. Boo. Okay, we dealt with it.
Where are, do you have, directions to this woman?
Perhaps a name.
She would direct you to. I have it written down here. Aaliyah. The woman by the name of Aaliyah.
Aaliyah the Death Dealer.
Goes by the title Dame of Dirt.
Game of Dirt.
We've heard that name before.
Oh.
Sure does sound familiar.
But yeah, she would direct you to there's kind of like a mine to the northwest of town, a little ways out. Not too crazy, but she'd direct you to the mine. And sounds like you guys are gonna go ahead take care of that.
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, we will jump over to what's his name?
Rockman?
Bristol. The other what's his name?
The me, what's it?
Elf.
You said you are heading to the dock district, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I
Looking
have
for
a
somebody to
specific.
buy.
Yes, I have a specific profile. Rich dude, thrill seeker. Does not know the docs. Does not know what he wants. Only that he wants to get fucked up, and he's willing to pay for it.
Okay. What is that from? Oh, okay, that's what that was. Let's see here. Give me are you trained in perception?
I am.
Give me a perception check, but use charisma.
Okay, that's the same modifier. Well, balls.
You'd be able to, so kind of looking around, you'd get, you'd hear, or you'd find a couple of people here and there, but most of them seem to be like almost that like late teens, early 20s, yep, punk kids, but they all seem to have basically their own dealer already that they go straight to. You do kind of come across rumor of this, almost this leader of sorts, goes by the name of Scalar. A couple people kind of point in his direction.
Now, you say leader.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean he runs this criminal territory?
He runs some of the organizations in it.
Huh. I don't know how wise it is to go up to him and say, I'm looking to sell here. Because I don't know this dude from Adam.
Sorry, it goes by the name of Slinger, but he's in Scalar's Alley. But same thing, otherwise.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. I'll go see him.
Sounds like worth stuff.
Yeah, that was the thing. Is it like I would not. Bristol probably would. He's not planning on sticking around here anyway. So, what does he care if he burns a bridge?
So you're gonna go see him. Okay. Let me find it. I have to find the thingy for it now.
Ah, these kobolds are drunk.
Is that one? No, I don't think it's that one. I got too many things written down in here. No, I've got everything kind of hyperlinked to itself, and where's it at? Nah, I can't find it. Fuck it. Okay. So, yeah, you kind of you get over to this alley where you were directed to Scalar's alley. And so as you kind of come in, like I said, it's kind of getting on towards the end of the day. Sun's getting real low. So I was watching Age of Ultron last night. This eerie kind of fog kind of just rolls out of this alley. You see a couple of kobolds kind of collapse drunk on either side towards the entrance. And otherwise, yeah.
I will advance further within the alley.
So, kind of going in. Not too about there. All right. As you come in, there we go. As you kind of enter the alley, like I say, you kind of step in, and the fog is thick, much thicker than you really expected. Man, it really pisses me off. I can't find my notes for this thing. Go through here real quick. Okay. As you kind of come in, like I said, you walk into this alley, and the fog is thick, but it's low. It's only about knee height. So I mean, even just as you're walking in, you walk in, and from almost your knees down, right, almost disappear. It's even really hard to even see just the ground.
Shit. Street sharks.
Aha, land shark. Where is it? It's irritating me that I can't find my notes for this.
Yeah, Rista will briefly consider climbing the buildings and walking along the rooftops until he reaches his destination, but a drug lord probably would take a dim view of literally being dropped in on.
Give me a perception check. 17. So I guess as you're contemplating that, you're kind of looking up, and you can kind of see motion up on the rooftops. Every now and then, on either side is kind of, you see just like this little head kind of poke over. Looks to be a goblin kind of poking his head over.
I would like to look back over my shoulder and take a second look at this kobold just to see if he's actually drunk.
At which one?
This one.
Right, or either one.
Right.
Give me an insight.
Huh.
Yeah, he looks drunk. He looks thoroughly passed out. And
Definitely not a
couple of
sentry.
bottles laying near him.
Rista will take note of his little stalker up on the rooftop, and he'll keep moving in.
Now, like I said, you saw a head poke up on both sides of this alley.
He will take mental notes of both of his rooftop stalkers.
Okay. But you're gonna go further in, right?
Yep.
Oh, finally found it. So yeah, it's these kind of shabby, dilapidated buildings kind of mark the path through this this kind of narrow alley. You kind of step over the few drunken kobolds coming in as you near the smell of this kind of burning lard and long dead things kind of just attack your senses. You can hear an occasional whistling like that of a steam passing through metal and a car going down the street. Some of the smoke drifts towards the buildings, kind of the rising haze kind of makes it really difficult to see, but you can tell the buildings climb up to about 40 feet up. It's kind of this mishmash of different materials and walls and such. Give me a d6. 3. Okay. And give me a dexterity check. 15. Okay, nice. So as you're kind of walking through, you kind of you trip over something. Like I say, you can't really see what it is, but you're able to kind of regain your balance before you fall too much. And you kind of feel something kind of poke you in the side of the leg. Like you just kind of avoided something. Yeah. But as you're kind of walking through, like I said, from these rooftops, you actually kind of hear movement. Give me a perception check. 9. Okay.
Yeah, Risk already knows there's somebody up there watching him, so he's treating it more like background noise unless it
Yeah.
makes a move on him.
Even giving you advantage on that because you're already kind of on edge. You're not really gonna notice anything, but you are gonna notice when this bolt kind of lands. Let's do this. This bolt is gonna strike the ground right in front of you. And I imagine you kind of start to snap to and start to take notice. Crossbow bolt landing.
Yeah, I'll stop and just slowly raise my hands.
Oh, party doesn't see any of this, so let me do this. Boop. There you go. One of these goblins is going to kind of clamber down and almost walk up to you, keeping a safe distance. What do you want?
Just here to see Slinger. Got a business proposition for him.
Who the hell are you?
Just a visitor in town. Again, got some business I think might interest him.
What kind of business?
An opportunity. I have a rare commodity that he could turn into a fortune.
Nobody sees Slinger without being summoned. And as he's talking, he's almost got like this. He's got like this long pinky nail, but it's just the pinky. It's been kind of almost filed into a little bit of a tip. He's kind of picking at his teeth. Nobody sees Slinger without being summoned.
People pointed him out to me, said I should go see him. Don't know if that counts for anything.
You give me whatever you want to show him, and I'll go talk to the boss. That, or my friend's here. Make it a little easier for you to breathe, and we take it anyway.
How about this? How about I show you what I have, and you can tell him what I've got.
Are you trying to intimidate or persuade?
Persuasion.
Alright. Give me persuasion. Alright. Let me see.
So he'll keep one hand raised, and he'll fish around in this pouch for the bottle of Voidling Ash, and he'll produce it. You can give it a little shake. This is all that's left of a Voidling. And when consumed, my friend, it's a sensation unlike any other.
Voidling, huh? It's, is it some kind of beastie?
Quite the beastie. Comes from the space between planes.
And he'll kind of almost beckon, motion for you to hand it to him.
Remember, I said I'd show it to you. Only the boss can get his hands on this.
Fine. You boys keep an eye on him. And he's gonna kind of pull back. And you'll see him go to the end of this alley. And then kind of disappear back around the corner. About 5.
Arista will just kind of lounge in place.
Okay. About 10 minutes later, he's gonna come back out. And get a little bit of a quicker pace to him this time. Alright. Yep, boss will see ya. Come on.
Lead the way.
And he'll lead you in. Okay. Wink. And he'll lead you all the way over and around here, and then jump you. No. He will lead you all the way around and into this little building. Is this the one that I did it to? Hey, I did! Awesome! Cool. Wink. I broke roll 20. Hold on a sec.
You didn't move the party token so we could see.
Right, but that's because you guys can move the party token.
Hmm.
So inside, you'll actually have not freehand. Select. Bink. There we go. Kind of as you walk in, there's a couple of things you notice kind of coming in is, first off, he's got kind of these large guard drakes kind of all over the place. Actually about the size of, or almost like medium-sized dogs. Ugh. Inside, it looks like they're kind of setting on these warm rocks, or these kind of rocky platforms that have been built for them. Inside, there's this single room, about 15 feet wide, 30 feet long, roughly. Sleeping pallet kind of cobbled together out of various animal pelts kind of on one side. The room's side and back walls are actually the walls of the adjoining buildings. The roof itself even looks like it's almost been attached kind of haphazardly. Actually, in the middle of the room, you notice there's this giant boulder, of all things, kind of resting against the one wall. Additional boulders are kind of against the different walls, but there's this giant one in the middle of the room. In here, you'll actually find a scalar. Looks to be this lizard folk, of all things. Kind of uncommon in Zobek. They're usually more of a desert race. The fact that there's one here in Zobek is a little out of the ordinary, to say the least. My small friend says you have something. Some kind of dust or some crap like that.
Indeed I do. It's ash from a voidling. And as I told your compatriot, when consumed, it can produce a sensation unlike any you've ever experienced.
I've experienced quite a bit.
I imagine you have, a man of your experience and talent.
Let me see.
And Risto will produce the bottle, and he'll hold it out.
And he'll kind of approach and take this bottle from your hand.
Now, given the risk involved in acquiring it, I'm asking 500 gold for the bottle.
He's going to kind of sprinkle a little bit out on this kind of table next to him. Kind of dab his finger in it. Where'd you see you got this?
It's out in the mountains, in the Iron Crags, where I ran across the beast.
Voidling, right?
Indeed.
Just the one?
I only have the one bottle.
Question.
Hmm.
What's to just stop me from killing you now and taking this bottle?
A man like you that's gotten as far as he has in this line of work, I can only imagine it will be your business sense that would keep you from doing that.
Well, you say you only have the one bottle. You got it in the Iron Crags. And you're asking an awful lot for it.
It's a remarkably unique item.
Indeed. Now, if you're wondering that I might be worried about having to get rid of the body, I assure you, my pets are high maintenance, require quite a bit of food. They're not picky about what they eat.
Bristle's gonna kind of hold an arm out and just kind of tap his bicep, one of the claw tattoos. You see these tattoos? That marks me as a member of the Dragon Clan, out on the Ruthenian Plains. God drakes are nothing new to me.
He's gonna reach over, he's gonna kind of pick up this morning star that was on a counter nearby. You see this? I took this off the last fool that thought he'd come and intimidate his way into payment.
Who said anything about intimidation? We were conducting a business deal until you asked, well, what would happen if I were no longer around?
I like you. Shrewd. Alright. Just be glad you came directly to me. Did hear you were asking for buyers. But you came to me in the end, so I won't be too insulted by it.
Had I known this was your territory, I would have come straight to you. And once I heard the name, I could do nothing else.
Give me... Give me persuasion.
Okay.
Alright. 500. But... we gotta consider this 400 for the vial. The extra 100 will be your employment bonus. You bring anything else into this city, you bring it to me. Or I promise you, my pets won't be the only one you're gonna have to worry about.
As pleasant as these negotiations have been, I can only look forward to more.
And he'll kind of hand over the 500. Be careful on your way out. Hate to have you get lost.
It's all right. I've done a lot of wandering in my time. I know how to get around.
Yeah, I bet.
And Arista will make a sweeping bow, and he will exit the premises.
So you just ripped off a crime lord.
Yup.
Let me do this and that. All right. Jumping back over to.
Beat up some old lady? Or is it or is it Rockmon's turn now?
Rockman was with you guys, wasn't he?
No, he went to
He went to the
college.
college.
That's right. I completely spaced that. Sorry. Should have said something sooner.
I did.
Not to me.
Yeah, I was like, when you were like that one guy, I was like, Rockmon?
When you said we were going to switch,
I thought you were like. I thought you said like, or I thought you meant to say Ristel. No.
Oh.
So Rockmon, sorry about that, Shakes.
Oh no, that's fine. I've just been doing some work and listening.
You said you were heading to the college district, right?
Well, so as soon as I found out that the other folks were going to visit Althavir, and I procured my 10 gold from Brahm, Rockmon would decide that he's gonna take a different tack, and he's gonna zip over to the Citadel district for a little bit,
Okay.
and he's gonna go see if he can catch up with his good friend Councilman Firedrake.
Oh, on leave. So all the way up to the city council area. And yeah, I mean, kind of asking around, you'd be able to eventually find Councilman Firedrake.
So he'll approach the councilman and he'd say, "I hope your plans with Bratislaw are going well. I just wanted to. I happen to be back in town. I know to. Of course, the dog's making tons of noise. I wanted to just give you a little bit of information that I don't know if it's exactly related to the situation with Bratislaw or not, but potentially it could be, and I thought it might be of interest to you."
Well, yes. We've been gearing up greatly in recent days and the last week or so.
Well, so we took a little excursion to, and I don't remember the name of the city,
Everland.
Everland. So we took a little excursion to Everland, and then on to what's the other city? I was going to write this stuff down.
Hammerfell.
Hammerfell. And sorry.
It's okay.
And we ran into some curious things. First of all, in Hammerfell, we had been kind of that was something that had caught our attention a while back, and we ended up deciding to go investigate a little bit. Turns out the city is pretty much totally evacuated and has been taken over by some sort of a strange set of creatures that we decided not to try to deal with directly. They they seemed to have potentially turned the residents into dust, and it was a little strange. So we got the heck out of there. But when we were on our way out, we ended up running into an interesting encounter with a turned out to be well, on the way actually we discovered a box, and it had some voidlings coming out of it, just at random, and we managed to defeat a couple of them, and then moved on and closed the box. And then on our way back, we were more or less accosted by a small void dragon that seemed quite interested in that, and we managed to get past that. But following up, we also ran into back in the other city that's named, I already forgot. Everland. I should have written this down. We were actually attacked by, or at least the city was attacked, and I believe it was interested in the box of the voidlings by a rather large void dragon. Again, I don't know if this was something that might be related to what's going on in Bratislor, but given the void dragon issue and what we had run into before, I just thought possibly it could be related, and you might be interested. Just wanted to let you know on that.
So did you tell him about Everland being attacked? There was a lot of exposition.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. That the Everland was attacked by the large void dragon.
Okay.
And yeah. We can just
Basically,
assume that
exposition
I told him
everything that's happened in Iron Crags. Okay.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot to absorb. I had heard that Hammerfell had locked their gates. Man. We're already. It took me days to get the other two on board just to be able to go to Bratislor.
Well, and again, I don't know that that there's a connection. It just seemed the fact that void dragons were involved and strange box of voidlings was involved. It just seemed like there was some potential for it to be a connection. The group that I've been going around with, we've kind of moved on from some of the considerations there. But I just thought it would, if it was useful information for you, I'd pop by and let you know.
Well, like I said, I will be sure to let council know. This might change our plans.
Well, I think we'll be here for a day or so, not too long. But if you have questions or anything, probably stay at Tac Tac's house tonight, and again, be here for maybe another day if you need to talk to me.
Very well. We will be sure to. I'll have somebody send word if need be. It's unfortunate we're. Okay. Yes, I will send word for you. Thank you.
Certainly. So Rockmon will exit. It seems like every time I start to say something, the damn deer show up here. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
So then he'll also go to see, zip over to the college district to see Nicholas, and that should be really quick. So he would really just go there and try to arrange to have his spell book saved there just in case it's he needs to recover it. So I don't think he will do anything. I was originally going to potentially talk about a couple other things, but I think I'll skip it and just do that.
All right, yeah, so heading over to the college, yeah. He'd certainly be able to help get you basically set up with an account.
Got a
He'd be
monthly
able to help you get set up with an account and do all that.
monthly service fee and
Yeah, the monthly service fee, the interest fee, the holding fee, the handling fee, the shelf maintenance fee. Yeah, so it's $5 charge and $27 in fees. Yes.
yep.
No, it'd be $4 a month.
So he'll Rockmon will pay for 2 months,
So it'd be-
assuming that's
First and last.
sufficient. Yep. So first and last month's rent. That's a good idea.
It's more like a storage room than like rental, but yeah. But yeah, you'd be able to. They'd take it more or less into like this kind of a secure back room. You see, they've got a multiple series of locks kind of set up, locks and charms and such. But yeah, they'd be able to store one of these books for you.
Harry Potterish.
And let me do this. Find out. There we go. I'll put a handout in there for you. So that way, whatever spells you have copied in there right now, you can just write into that handout. So that way we'll
Oh, okay.
if you
Yeah, that
ever-
sounds like a good idea.
if
That
you
way I'll
end up losing it. Yes. And then every so often, if you guys come back to Zobek, you can update it.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. Anything else you wanted to do?
I don't think so. I think that's all the money I have, so that's good.
Hey, it came out ahead. 2 extra gold.
I'll give those back to Brom once I find him.
But then well, I guess Ristel and Rockmon are meeting up back up at the house.
I imagine so.
The dynamic trio. Were you guys gonna head straight to the mines, or head back and group up, or what?
What time of the day is it?
Getting on dark. Yeah, it was already towards the end of the day when you came in, and wandering the city, doing shopping, things like that. I imagine you guys aren't at like a furious sprint across the city pace for it. So.
I'm sure I could kill her without anyone noticing.
So what do you guys say? I'm okay with either option.
Dinner in bed is good for me. Got Mongo.
Naren?
I
Mines or house?
really want to torment this lady.
So Naren wants to go to the mines. Brom doesn't care. And what's Mongo want to do? Follow
Eat.
Naren. Yeah.
He wants to eat.
And like I said, I figure you guys are kind of like getting hitting up the occasional food cart or something like that as you guys are wandering the city too. So. But I think that'll actually make it a good spot. Whoa, what? There we go. That'll make it a pretty good spot because you guys are going to be out here.
Yeah, let's go harass this lady.
We'll pick that up next week. Because
Aw.
well, it gives you guys something to look forward to and how you guys are going to approach it. And that actually gives Nathan a chance to finish his character, so I've got an idea for that too. So okay. Otherwise, yeah, we'll pretty much wrap it up for tonight. As far as I know, I don't know of anything going on next week that would stop us from the game. So, next week.
Nathan's new character is Fire Drake's nephew, right?
Hey, what?
No, it's that lady, remember?
Damn, that's Missed idea right there. Next one will be Fire Drake's nephew.
Well, I mean, you've got an easy way in to be a Dragonkin, Fire Drake's nephew.
Orthovir's grandson.
That's why he hates the group. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise, let me see. We can do this. Hold on. Thanks for joining us, everybody. So, like I said, we will see you all next week. So have fun. Bye.